Hi, Ann and I want to share with you 4 games that you can use to make engagement more exciting on Zoom as we group together online way more. So these are actually all games from our books this time around and not necessarily ones we've learned elsewhere. Is that right?
I think so.
I think so. So you want to go first?
Sure. I want to share a game that we call Me Too. And it's a game that's going to let us move around a little bit because Zoom has us sitting still a lot. In this game, you'll take turns being the game leader, sharing something that you enjoy, and inviting other people to respond by saying, Me too. But when they say me too, they're also going to stand up. So, Susan, if you'll demonstrate with me, scoot your chair back just a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, I enjoy I enjoy being in the sunshine. So if that's true for you, your group will say, Me
Me
too, and then
too.
up. I enjoy hiking.
Me too.
What do you have one, Susan?
I am jonesing for a chai latte right now.
Me too. So it's a really easy just game where people can say what they enjoy and move around a little bit and see what you share in common. You want to share another game?
Affirmation. I love the affirmation when you discover something maybe new that you didn't know about somebody else in your group. It's one of my favorites. Crossword names. You know what crosswords look like. I should have grabbed a scrap piece of paper. So if you have, our names are very easy to do this, but if you're doing a crossword puzzle, you would have, and you did your names together. Let's see, I'll get that in there eventually. Anne and Susan in my chicken scratch there. You want your group to put together crossword names. So again, you can use the breakout rooms to put smaller groups in the room to make this really simple, and they can create an acrostic like that if you want the full version. And then for every point where a letter connects, like, that's why I did the N really big on Susan and Anne. Anne and I might try, other finger, Anne and I might try to find something that we have in common that starts with the letter N. That could take time. You could allow like 10 minutes and let groups of 5 or so have deeper conversations as they try to link all of their names. The speedier version, and version which a friend of mine just led, that we created, is we said, when you get in that small group, you go and share everybody's name and find the person whose name is the shortest in length. So in this case, Ann and me, it's Ann, ANN, 3 letters. And so then for those 3, the number of letters in her name, our little group has to find that many things in common. So 2 totally different ways to do it: finding individual connections and what you have in common one-on-one at each intersection of letters, or the shortest name and that many things for the whole group. Boy, I was tongue twisted on that one. It's your turn. What you got?
I like that. I want to teach a game that we love called Behind Every Name. This is a great game to explore diversity and learn the stories of other people. So, in Behind Every Name, you're going to use that chat room feature. And you're going to send people into small groups of 2, I would say 2 to 3, maybe 4 people. In that chat room, you're going to ask each group to share a little bit of the story behind their name. Maybe they want to talk about their nickname. Maybe they actually prefer to be called by a different name and they talk about their preferred name. Or maybe they're actually telling the story of how their name came to be, or maybe they're sharing the meaning of their name, like maybe it's a scriptural meaning of their name or a religious meaning of their name, or maybe it came from their favorite their parents' favorite musical star. So for me, my name is Elizabeth Ann. Elizabeth means full of grace, and Ann, I just forgot what Ann means. I'm a total dork. um ah can't remember, so obviously I wouldn't share that part of Behind Every Name. Um, but this is a wonderful way to start hearing stories from people's families and things that are important from them, a little bit about their culture. And then after they're in the small groups, they would come back to the large groups and give give people a chance to share some of their favorite stories that they heard.
I love it. I love when we play this game. There's so many cool things that you learn about people. It's a great game. And our last favorite game that we play and integrate into so many of our trainings is called Tiny Teach. Very simple. You're in pairs, so like Ann and I here, and you have 5 minutes to teach each other how to do something. So once again, you're going to use the breakout room feature for pairs. You send them in there, you tell them they have 5 minutes. You can tell them when, 2.5 minutes are up and they switch, tell them to switch and let the other person teach them something. And it's really open. So I usually give examples like you teach the other person something you really know how to do or you love. I have seen survival tips for New York. I've seen salsa steps, how to do some really cool dancing. I've learned how to say I love you in 5 different languages. Um, anything else you can think of off the top of your head, Anne, that you've seen that was just kind of fun?
Lots of recipes, like how to make my grandma's apple pie, how to make my favorite lasagna. But it's simple things like an alternate way to tie your shoe, or a song that your mom always sang to you when you were little. Like, you never know what you're going to hear. It's a great game to play.
When
So, oh,
when time
go
is
ahead.
up, they come back and then you ask for volunteers to demonstrate or to share what they learned from their partner. So this gives them an opportunity to see if it all stuck and they actually have grandma's recipe or they know how to do that salsa step. And sometimes the partners have to help them, sometimes they don't, but it's a really fun way for people to showcase what they're passionate about and what they know.
Hey, just for fun, I read something this morning saying that you could do Just Dance on a Zoom call. I haven't figured out in my head how it works yet, but like the video game that you do through Wii or through Xbox, but that's the challenge. How do you do that? Hey, we hope that you liked the 4 games that we shared with you. If you do, click like, subscribe to our channel, and share it with other people so we can pass the torch to others on how to play with purpose and making every moment count.
Thank you.